Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taskforce Echo, a StarCraft RPG actual play series. I'm your executive producer here at Final Show Films, John, and I turn it over to our game master for the evening, William. Aaron, slide to your right. There you go.
Is this the right side you're referring to?
I am William. I am not Aaron.
No. Game Master William, and then I was telling Aaron to slide to their right.
That's called stage directions.
The problem is I don't know if this is the correct right.
That is the correct. That is the correct right. That's why I said your right, not mine.
All right, so
I don't know how many times the camera gets flipped.
I am William, and I am our game master for this StarCraft fan RPG campaign. And let me begin by introducing our players. I'm not looking at the stream right now, but if I remember correctly, John is in the top left.
Yep, I'm John, and I'm playing. Wait, hang on, it's been a while.
Gorlash Primal Zerg.
I did an audition with that voice the other day.
Sympathy coughs for everybody.
And then Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and I play Koronix, the Nerazim Protoss, and captain of this crew of miscreants currently.
And then Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I play Dirk, the Terran dumbass.
Sure. And Cody.
Hey, I'm Cody. I'm playing Oswald, the Terran pilot.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I play Ava Sweet, the Terran medic.
And we are currently short Rachel, but she should be joining us soon, so I almost stopped to say they, and then I remembered that that's not Rachel's thing.
I mean, it works.
Pronouns are hard.
Neutral pronouns work for everyone.
This is fair.
They do, yes.
But
Especially if you're from Switzerland.
This is where an arm comes out of the side and
Just like-
stabs Jack in the throat.
no, it's like you get the Bo Peep crook that just comes off.
Just like, I stab this way, and a knife comes in from the side of Jack's frame.
Where is that from? The crook coming from off stage? I don't.
Oh, that's
Looney
like
Tunes.
old school vaudeville.
Vaudeville, Looney Tunes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
You're not popular enough.
Yoink.
give him the hook.
All right. Anyway, when last we left our heroes, they had been making their way through the original Terran station that had been left on Char for General Warfield's occupation of the planet, and encountered a variety of different infested Terran Marines, infested Terran scientists, infested Terran jukeboxes.
It's a real shithole.
That is the one thing we didn't find was an infested Terran toilet.
Just
Ah.
don't give.
Whoever
Do
found
not
that
give
would
William any ideas.
I didn't say they didn't exist. I just said we didn't find one.
The Golgothan will appear.
Okay. And on their way through, encountered a number of actual, full Zerg rather than infested, which appeared to be not necessarily trying to fight the party until one of them got attacked, and either way, they turned around and continued to move through the facility, and that is where we pick up.
All right. Are we still in initiative, or...
I don't remember what the initiative was, so unless it's still on the
We
turn
weren't.
tracker, hey, it is!
Is it? I don't
Is
see
it?
it.
I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't think we were in initiative yet.
No,
I still have the turn order here. I just have...
No. I don't.
Roll20 is angry with us.
Either way,
Anyways.
I'm going to say no for right now, so...
All right. Can
I mean, it might
can
be
I-
entering
so-
very, very soon.
I know I just ripped this Zergling apart, but can I tell if the Hydralisk in the room is being particularly offensive right now?
The Hydralisk in the room is moving to the exit.
Got an
Like
extendo
offensive-
blade.
I was gonna say, offensive how? Like, is he
Like-
making bigoted comments? Is he
And any of those things,
okay?
You don't speak Hydralisk, but you're pretty certain that some of those noises are not nice.
No, all
So,
Swarm
I-
privilege.
I thought all
Dirk
Zergs
just
communicate
saw
with us.
a bunch of them run that way into where he believes his commanding officer to be, so he's shooting the one directly in front of him. I
All right.
mean, he doesn't know.
Roll an
We're
attack.
killing a bunch of shit in here, so so that's a 19 to hit.
You shooting the Zergling or the Hydralisk?
The Hydralisk gets directly in front, and it's the closest to threatening.
All right. Zerg swarm.
Sorry.
That's fine. I mean, if it eats your face, it eats your face.
Exactly.
There
All
are
right, Wallace.
there are certain levels.
You do hit.
Crazy shotguns.
Okay. So
You get 1 point of overage.
18.
And then the
one
rest of the map
hailfire,
is mine.
2 hailfire, 3 hailfire,
Okay, yeah, so 3 Hailfire because you're in close.
Yep.
And the
and
rest of the map is-
what is it? 1 point of penetration.
Oh, yeah, because you have the penetration talent.
That is a penetration. Yep.
You have a talent for penetrating things.
Alright, so that's going to be 40 points of damage. Which is going to be a damage threshold, so roll a d20.
As he shouts at it or bellows at it. 17.
What does that do?
Torso in it.
It's either torso or headshot.
I believe that's a
I think
torso.
it has to be 19 or 20 for a headshot.
Crippling wounds. Crippling wounds.
That's
17
18,
is
18,
torso.
20. Yep.
So, yeah. It's on the borderline.
Plus 5 damage and 1 bleeding damage every round until treated.
Alright. And the Hydralisk, as it continues to run past you and you basically point blank the shotgun blast into its back, it just kind of like rears back for a second in pain from the reaction of the shotgun blast, stops what it was doing for a second, looks over its shoulder at you, its claws just kind of at it, like in front of it, turns and continues to head back out the door.
I'm going to stalk back towards... Hearing the gunshot, I'm going to stalk back towards that door really quickly.
That was pointing.
Hold your fire.
The Hydralisks move into the room. The Zerglings move up with the Hydralisks. I mean, try
I
not.
shut the door. That's this like this. I shut this door last time, so I'll come into the room now after I hear a shotgun.
I'm just going to like sort of stand by the door, just
Fuck.
being like there's a certain level. I'm assuming that there's a certain level of excusable losses with Zerg because they are infinite.
I mean, that was what we had been led to understand.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of standing there by the door watching them to see if they're going to be aggressive or if they're just going to leave.
Well, the group of them that aren't dead, which is barring that one Zergling, proceed to make their way out the door. Let me see, I got that in hiding. This doorway opens up as they make their way out of it. The last
It's another
Hydralisk,
hallway.
the last Hydralisk sort of hangs back in the door and looks over at the group of you. And makes a noise, and almost like an indication of its head, indicates into the hallway and then heads through it.
So I know all primal Zerg can innately understand each other. Does that extend to the swarm?
Zerglings and Hydralisks aren't intelligent enough to provide actual communication.
I mean, like even with the animalistic primal Zerg, they can innately understand what
Yeah,
it's trying to indicate.
that does the swarm operates on a different level.
Okay.
They're like you can
'Cause
get
it's the
kind
silence,
of
right?
you can get kind of an idea, but because the swarm is sort of a hive mind, they don't need to communicate as much as Primal Zerg do.
Got it. I'll turn back. Cornix is still invisible, but I can sense where he's at, I think, unless he stopped blocking.
You would have to make a reading to find out where I am, but
I am reading currently. I activated it last.
Yeah,
session.
technically it's supposed to be instant, but I'm just letting it run for the
Yep.
scene right now.
okay, no worries. Sure.
I'll lean back to the door.
The Zerg here are under command of a queen. They will not attack, at least not for the moment. We should follow.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you said.
Do not fire unless told. Karnik,
Dirk,
I
I will lead the way.
Dirk, if these ones are under the control of, I'm assuming Ava knows the terminology that's been thrown around, a queen, it's probably best we save our ammo for those that are a threat.
Oh no, I get it. I just they were running in, they were going out in. I mean,
I
I'm not
understand
trying to start no
completely.
fights that don't need to be started. I'm just
And so I will move up to the doorway and wait for the rest to come in, since I figure a Zerg leading the group through the hallways would probably be the better idea.
I'll make my
Okay.
way.
Cornix is going to push
Uh,
forward.
Okay,
And-
I was gonna say and bump into a Protoss.
Yeah, no. Are they close enough that I could get a read on one of those hydralisks?
What's the
Particularly
range on
the
reading?
last one. I've got 100 squares. Because of my high level.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what sort of concepts are running through their mind, like basically trying to figure out what orders are they operating under.
They're being told to lead you to a location.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So yeah, I will broadcast that. The commander has instructed them to guide us to a location further within the constructs of this complex.
Ava
I'm
will
looking for.
follow
Slow
behind.
down with the movement.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I
couldn't
just
see.
don't know where everyone went now because I
That's
was
the-
so far behind.
Yeah.
Hang on, I will help.
Into the main door, bottom.
I will help.
Yeah.
Follow Korlash.
So I was trying to be the I'm here because people are running far ahead while we're
Yeah.
having conversations.
Yeah. I'll wait till everybody catches up.
Hello, Korlash. I will bring up the rear.
Wham. So yeah, I will lead the group with the towards the Hydralisk.
There's the last hydralisk of the group appears to be waiting for the group of you to catch up. And as you begin to approach, it turns and heads down into this tunnel.
Rachel?
I will
Where is
follow
Rachel? That is the sound that flamethrowers make.
it. That is the sound that power suits make.
All right. And as you make your way through this tunnel, about 30 seconds, maybe a minute of walking down this hallway, and it begins to open out as the construction comes to an end, and you find yourself heading back out into cave structure. The Zerglings are running ahead while the Hydralisks are sort of staying within eye shot, trying to make sure that you have someone to follow.
Be on your guard, everyone. We do not know how long this truce will last.
Oh yeah, the safety's not coming off while we're here.
No,
If we are
not
within,
Or
even a
it's not
little.
going on while
if
we're
we
here.
are within the territory of a queen, I feel that should hostilities commence, you will be swiftly overrun.
I mean,
I
not
mean-
me. I've got reflexive teleport on my armor, but you know.
I notice I said you, not all of us.
I mean, I'm just saying I ain't gonna start nothing, but
I'll sure
whether
shit
we're
end it.
overrun or not, if something gets started,
Be cautious, but do not be hasty.
Does the tunnel ever end?
I mean, now it kind of opens out into a cave system. Like, there's different tunnels that like lead in different directions. You're mostly just following the hydralisks at this point because they're sort of trying to be a guide. As you are led through what appears to be like the beginnings of the Nidus network. Like as you head down, you can. Those of you who are actually like paying attention to your surroundings, as you continue walking, your footsteps get notably squishier.
I look down at my feet.
I start moving faster for some reason.
As you look down, you currently are treading on some form of carpet of like biomatter and sinew and flesh that's just kind of melded together into this sort of biological covering that coats the floor, and as you look around, it also coats the walls of this area. You're familiar with this. This is creep, which is a sort of thing that Zerg spread across their territory that serves as simultaneous nutrient and sort of territory marker for their biological structures.
I occasionally reach down. Grab
That
a
shit
handful and
just
eat
ain't right.
it. Just.
Is rich with essence.
Yeah.
Cultural exchange is fascinating.
Cornix is going to be keeping an eye out on various, if there's any sort of side passages or alternate routes that we seem to be passing.
Oh, there are
specifically
plenty
here.
of side passages that you are passing by.
Okay. Is there any particularly identifiable functions that are happening, or does this seem to be more just a transit network, not necessarily a hive in and of itself?
This looks like if you roll me science for how much you know of like Zerg structure.
How familiar am I, by the way, with Nidus networks?
Not very. Primal Zerg don't use them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what my modifier here is.
I start recording with my mask.
That's probably a good idea. So this is
It's
the
gonna be
found.
like one of those horror tapes,
26.
Yeah, this is the
like
found
going
footage.
into the haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrans come by years later. What was this? Click. Doot, doot, doot. Oh fuck.
So yeah, this looks like the mostly just the Nidus network for a Zerg hive cluster, which is to say this is a series of tunnels that were dug out by Nidus worms, which are the giant transport worms that the Zerg use to mass transport troops.
Right.
So these tunnels are largely for transportation of Zerg, either on foot or inside the body of a Nidus worm.
Okay. Cool. We are going to keep following then.
Yep.
And you imagine these tunnels probably crisscross all sorts of different directions. All this, like any of these tunnels, might lead anywhere on this planet.
Is there a specific psionic signature that I could differentiate between a Zerg who's connected to a hive mind versus a Zerg who's thinking or operating independently?
There's a higher degree of intelligence and acuity when they're connected to someone's command.
Okay.
Zerg respond faster, think better when they're under the command of a higher organism.
They're Geth.
Okay. Gotcha.
The very similar. Like the hive mind works in sort of a way where a highly advanced queen lends a portion of her intelligence to those that she commands, which is part of why, as the queen gets better, she can command more Zerg.
Right.
Do we, just as we're walking and following,
Goronix, do we know specifically where Richter is?
We do not. We were directed to this location, and once we reach our destination, hopefully there will be individuals with whom we can dialogue to find more intelligence.
Perhaps we will speak with the queen of this area.
I mean, I don't mind saying I got a real weird feeling about this place.
You are not incorrect, Garrick. There is something fundamentally wrong.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of this time. One of the early mercenary companies I'd hooked up with just had sort of we were taking down this group of drug traffickers, and the whole thing seemed off.
Nervous talker.
Allow the man to finish.
He says that in the middle of him talking. So it's just
and the whole thing just seemed a little weird. And so at one point, we were heading along this group, and I got real lucky. I paused to take a good look at the sunset, but the rest of my team they went for one of them stepped on a landmine, wiped them all out. I'm just saying, I got that same kind of feeling here.
Dirk feels like he's gonna stop and have a look at a Nidus network, and then some worm's gonna come along and eat the rest of the group.
Zerg do not use landmines.
Well, I'm just saying, whatever. It doesn't have to be a landmine. It could be.
Actually, that's factually incorrect.
no, they use roaches. Roaches aren't landmines; they're mobile.
I think you're thinking of banelings.
And banelings, yeah, they're also not landmines; they're mobile.
They also use spore mines.
That's not a landmine; it's a spore mine.
Oh, God, semantics.
They don't use mechanical
Anyway.
landmines.
No.
And those of us who
Anyway.
know nothing about StarCraft to
They
go.
fly through the air.
Anyway. So yeah, Cornix is just going to be keeping up a very sort of high-level alertness to try and figure out if he senses, especially if he senses a mind that he thinks would be akin to what he assumes Richter would be.
So Terran.
Well, infested Terran, but
A Terran mind other than the group with us would be a good thing to
Oswald's just
keep an
looking
eye on.
around
Pretty
with his peepers, just making sure if he spots anything.
Those of you who are looking around, roll your perception.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dirk will be too, but he's also continuing to talk because Corlash is not wrong.
He's a nervous talker.
24.
Where's
That was just his. That was just his. That was Corlash's observation.
Corlash is correct. Mother.
11.
same.
21.
The aliens are focusing on the Hydralisk. in front of them.
11.
Yeah.
Because he's talking.
I think you
Yeah.
got 14.
Ava's he's applying his own penalty because Dirk is distracted.
No. I didn't apply a penalty. I just only have a 4 plus 4 to my perception. Or
Yeah, I thought you got a 14.
Yeah, you got 14.
sorry. No, 14. You are correct. It did not go down far enough, so I saw Corlashes and thought it was mine.
That's fair.
Cool.
Still, he's talking.
He's talking. Ava, this sort of makes sense. As you're looking around, your sort of analytical mind takes over, and you sort of try to run an assessment of what might be going on and where these individuals might be leading you. And as you're paying attention and sort of analyzing your surroundings, you notice very faintly, but as you're looking at one of these side tunnels, you notice a faint vibration in one of the tunnels off to one side.
Okay.
Which side? Because I
Would
got a
I
24.
be able to, science or anything, understand the implications of that you're...
Cody, you also notice it. It's off to your right as you're walking. You can roll science to try and guess what that might mean.
I'm sure something's being hinted at, but again, StarCraft.
Yeah.
Thanks there.
Lots of things
47.
rumble underground.
14. Unless we get advantage.
This is Xenos, so
Oh, yay!
16.
keep that
27.
27. So, Ava, based on your knowledge and the fact that you're fairly certain, you're moderately familiar with Zerg and their Nidus networks, the vibration of this area, especially as it's coded in creep, it's too localized to be like actual tectonic activity, which implies that it's either something very large or a lot of some things that are only moderately sized coming through that tunnel.
If it's an Ultralisk, I'm going to try and exterminate it just on principle.
Hmm.
Well,
I will watch Cornix get
Ava
eaten by an
will keep that
Ultralisk.
information to herself for now.
Ultralisk has to see me first.
I'll say, hey, what's that? As I saw the vibration too, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Tunnels are used
What's down
by
there?
Zerg for transportation.
Well, no shit.
The logical assumption would be Zerg.
The rumbling gets louder.
I mean, we're following a Hydralisk.
Okay.
If they don't seem too bothered by it, whatever.
Cornix is going to reach out and see if it is one mind or a whole shit ton of minds.
I'm just wondering if we should maybe hurry.
The Hydralisk does not seem to be hurried.
Yeah, because they fucking live here, Fang. They have nothing to worry about.
26 on a reading. Mental reading.
There's one very, very big thing coming with lots of very, very small things.
Perhaps it would be wise for us to clear the immediate area. It seems to be quite a large number of incoming that we have.
If that is your obsession.
Oswald's already double timing.
Sir, yes, sir.
Like we've
And
been
we
following the
hustle
Hydralisks,
out.
so
All right.
I'll let everybody get ahead, and then I'll.
We continue following
we
the
continue
Hydro
following the
with
Hydralisks.
speed.
Just we're closer now.
The Hydralisks also pick up speed.
Yeah.
If,
Okay.
if they pick up speed, we pick up speed.
I would like everyone to roll acrobatics.
Oh.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
So
Or
you're
athletics,
saying-
whichever's higher.
I was gonna
That's
say.
the same for me.
Same. Well, no,
I'm
actually, it's
pretty
not.
sure I have skill in that because I'm really smart, so I have skill in basically everything.
I have to redo mine.
Oof.
God damn it, sir.
14.
So
Go Corlash.
Corlash is critically succeeded his athletics check.
Corlash bypasses everybody,
A 34.
including the Zerg.
Just whoop. Corlash is on the ceiling. Just spider crawl up.
15.
So, Dirk, Oswald. No, just Dirk and Corlash, actually.
To be fair, I said I was making sure I was keeping up the rear because
No,
protecting just in case.
Dirk and Corlash pick up speed and manage to move far enough forward that they're basically just getting a front row seat to this, whereas everyone else is knocked prone as a massive worm-like creature comes bursting through the tunnels, passing basically adjacent to you as it rumbles the earth as it passes by, moving at super high speeds. Like we're talking an organic bullet train passing by.
Oh, what the shithole!
As you're treated to about a 10-second view of the side of this massive worm as it tunnels by, ground shaking around you before it clears.
Yeah.
Look back, make sure nobody like got taken off with it.
Do the Hydralisk in front of us still seem to be
They
There.
start to make sure that no one's actually been eaten by the Nidus worm as it passed by.
Yeah.
But after they note that everyone is mostly fine, if knocked prone in most cases, but they just kind of wait for everyone to stand back up before continuing
Yep.
down the path.
Standing up.
Yep. Cornix scrambles back to his feet.
Yeah.
Best part
That ain't
about
something
being
you
cloaked
see
is
every
nobody sees you do something dumb like that.
About being the medic, no one expects you to be good at physical.
This is also true.
No, we expect you to be very good at physical, just more of the fixing than the doing.
Yeah.
The flaming one may require assistance standing up.
I was about to say, Rachel also has been knocked prone and is not having the easiest time getting up in that power armor.
I go help.
Yeah,
well,
I'll.
somebody
And you
else
probably
with power
get
armor
yelled
should
at
help.
for helping.
Probably. I didn't ask for your help.
Yeah, you need it.
No, you didn't, but I'm giving it anyways.
Cornix completely fails to manifest telekinesis, and
In
is
fact, you hurt
actually
your brain a little bit because
and is actually I was gonna say, and is actually now visible, having had to drop cloaking in order to do so.
Yeah.
If
there you are.
Corlash had an eyebrow, it would be raised, but
I don't think I can fix your brain.
Perhaps
for joining the
Cornix
party.
is trying too hard.
It is difficult to utilize more than one thing at a time.
Yeah, you can say that again.
And honestly, this is probably the first time anybody's actually seen this 3-meter long spear that he's currently wielding.
Oh, you had it on the ship, didn't you, though?
Yes, but I was carrying it around cloaked the entire time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
because Cornix likes to be invisible.
That's a new toy. Where'd you get that?
Unity Station. It was requisitioned to me by my superiors.
That's quite a weapon.
It does its job.
If everyone has regained their feet, I believe we should continue onward.
I mean, I'm good.
all right. So the
Continue
group of
then,
you,
Corlash.
Well, we
continue.
almost got hit by a meat train, so we're gonna talk for a minute there, Fang.
I start following the Hydralisks.
You did legitimately almost get hit by a meat train.
I'm fine.
Just out of curiosity, is it midnight?
Yeah, no, I get that reference.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody does.
All right. So
I'm gonna stand here and cut my tongue out.
You follow the Hydralisks deeper into the tunnels now that they've managed to outmaneuver the Nidus worm that was passing by. And the group of you find yourselves heading down a slant. Like they start heading downward, deeper into the ground. And the passageway starts to become a little treacherous as it starts to angle almost a 45 downward.
Those of us in power armor will want to walk carefully.
Sure.
Do they come with spikes in the feet? Because that'd be pretty cool and make me regret not getting some power armor.
They don't have spikes in the feet. They do come with mag boots, though, but this isn't metal you're walking on.
Yeah.
There's not enough iron in the creep. The creep's slightly anemic. Continue following the Hydralisks.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
Watching
moving-
our back, making sure no more big worm trains.
You're going to be moving at roughly half speed because of the incline on the terrain, just to avoid tripping and falling. But the Hydralisks are just kind of ignoring it, basically, because of the way Hydralisks move. They can actually basically almost move up walls. But after a while, what little natural light is in these tunnels from sort of like bioluminescence and jets of surface magma that are shining a little bit through cracks in the rock begins to fade as the stone walls become more solid and bioluminescent material becomes less frequent, and it gets darker and darker.
Flashlight.
Flashlights.
Yep.
Yup.
Like the power armor, folks have flashlights on, so.
As you're moving, and as it gets darker, it also begins to get louder. Aside from the noises of the Hydros moving forward, you also begin to hear other noises around you. Not necessarily directly adjacent to you, but the noises of chittering and hissing noises and just like different Zerg noises all around you as you continue to move deeper into the dark.
I'm perfectly comfortable.
Eh?
I am going to try and vanish again.
I'm surrounded
telling ya.
by prey.
I
I'm telling you,
vanish like nobody's business.
This shit ain't right.
Oh shit, did Coronix just teleport back to the ship?
But
Coronix is still here.
is there like a
Yes, I am
composure
still
or
present.
deception skill?
Oh, be influenced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good at that. Good.
Trying to look like you're keeping your cool.
We'll see how I do, and then I'll tell you.
For the record, Dirk is not trying. He has sort of gone full Hudson at this point.
Ava looks like she's trying to remind herself intellectually that being nervous is wrong and bigoted. But is not doing a very good job of it.
Being nervous is wrong and bigoted. I need that on a fucking t-shirt.
Oh my god!
We're on a planet filled with murderous beasts. It's not.
Very tempted to like stealth just outside of vision and start talking to them from the shadows.
No, that Ava would not be negative. Like, she knows Corlash. That would not actually
That
bother.
would be normal.
The aliens on the team like to talk to people without being seen.
It's true. It's true.
Do not let them smell your fear.
She's in a suit, so that should hide it.
She doesn't seem afraid.
Oh, that was just indicated in general behind him.
Okay. No, that's more
Whoever.
to Oswald, who has decided that Ava's the one who's not Dirk, who looks like he's going to shoot everything.
Well, you're probably nervously looking around too. I mean, everyone knows Dirk is scared.
I mean, yeah, he's fairly nerdy. Like, he's not in full like game over, man, game over mode, but he's just about there.
So they wouldn't need to smell him to know. They would just have to listen for like a minute.
Okay.
I mean, Dirk was who it was directed at, so.
Yeah.
All right. So as you move through this darkness, you approach a deeper area that seems to widen out, and there's a thumping noise that shakes the ground as something.
Science check?
Do I know what this is? Can I guess?
Roll science, yeah.
Do I need to roll
Science.
science?
Roll perception.
Okay.
29.
I don't science.
I got a
Lore?
10.
Lore works, yeah.
Okay, because that's the only.
Actually, lore works especially for you because you have military experience.
I ain't got no science.
Would it be science or lore for me?
16 for
Recordings.
me.
Well, if
Uh,
it's military experience, would tactics work better?
Tactics actually might work better for you.
Okay, I'm actually good at that.
Sorry, I just decided it was science before asking. That was wrong.
Science works for you though, because like for you specifically, this is all your academic knowledge. Cornix, that depends. Are you trying to call on your academic knowledge of what this might be, or your memory of what this might be?
Definitely academic.
Then that would be science, yeah.
Okay.
So that would be
22.
a 36.
Dirk, you've had the ground shake like this before, about 3 seconds before an Ultralisk scissored apart a siege tank next to you.
What's an Ultralisk?
Ultralisks are the giant super heavy siege units that the Zerg employ. They're giant dinosaur creatures with 4 massive scything blades on the front of their bodies.
So Dirk just, everybody run! And he's pushing everybody in front of him to get them out of the way.
I would like to move out
He
of the
switched
way.
from full Hudson to full Reinhardt.
Rocket charge.
Just for the reference of those who are wondering, there is a size comparison of a Terran Marine to an Ultralisk.
There's also
Yep.
an image of an Ultralisk there. That is you, Jeremy.
Yes.
You're in the red
especially with
down there.
Giant exclamation mark over his head.
I like to think that the Marine is actually just a quest giver, and the Ultralisk needs to turn in the quest.
That works for me. Yeah, I would like to get out of the way of the panicking Terran. Just
It's not panic. This is different from his panic state. This is in control, acting as tank, getting everybody the fuck out of the way of the danger zone.
Yeah, he's in protective mode right now.
Yes.
This is a military person who's been on teams before.
There's a military person who's had an Ultralisk near his vicinity before.
Yeah, I still want to get out of. Let me rephrase. I want to get out of the way of the several ton heavy piece of metal running at me,
That is accurate.
pushing other pieces of metal in front of it.
Which is exactly why he's charging the way he's doing, because he knows people either get out of his way or he will shove them forward.
I don't want to get run over, is what I'm saying.
So the inverse of how John plays Reinhardt.
Not wanting to get run over?
No, the charging. Charging to get your teammates to safety instead of charging to hit the bad thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Charging in the
Yes.
wrong direction is what you're saying.
Right,
Got it.
right now, what we're saying is right now, Dirk is the anti-Quinn.
Yes. So yeah.
So
References.
you, the group of you at Dirk's urging move out of the way as this massive thumping noise approaches and stops. There's it gets louder as it gets closer. There's the ground shakes as something steps near you. This sounds like the for those of you who rolled science, by the way, it sounds like the footsteps of an Ultralisk as it stops near you, and everything goes still for a second.
I look up at it.
It's dark; you can't really see it.
I psychically project up at it.
Are flashlights now off for some reason, or just not?
You're just not
relevant?
looking in the right direction.
Okay.
Do you turn to see?
I'm turning.
Cornix is getting a read on the Ultralisk's brain.
I'm
would also
turning
like-
to make sure that no one scraped themselves in the chaos.
Yeah,
I
I'm also
switched
gonna-
out the shotgun for the heavy Gauss rifle, and yes, I am looking.
I'm also gonna, direct my mental gaze to the Ultralisk and see what it's thinking.
So,
Directing my flashlight.
those of you who are trying to look into its mind, roll reading. The rest of you, you turn and you
I mean,
look.
Dirk
with your...
is trying to look with his mind, but he doesn't have the capability. He's just thinking really hard.
So the rest of you,
Imagining and not actually
turn and look, and as you turn, your flashlights, which are mounted about chest height and aimed forward on the powered armored individuals, illuminate basically 1 foot of this massive creature. As the rest of you look up and try and lean back a little bit so your flashlights angle up a little bit more, the flashlights trail up the massive armored carapace of this creature, and the lights dance across these huge steel-colored iron scything claws, these Kaiser blades, as they're known by the Terrans, that kind of hang loose at the sides of this massive creature as it looks down at the group of you. Its eyes glow red. It's the only really source of light in the darkness. As it sort of stands and looms over the group of you. And these massive Kaiser blades just kind of loosely drape across the ground. A few moments later, its entire body kind of lights up with small bioluminescent ridges, purplish in color, just kind of illuminating the cavern. As it provides basically the light source of all over its body, 100 torches, basically, as it just sort of illuminates the area around it. And as you look around, everything is kind of lit in it's almost like a rave lighting, because it's all purplish and it's everything in dark colors.
Yeah, I was just gonna start doing that too.
Forgot the glow sticks. What did Cornix and I get reading it?
I was gonna say I got a 25 to
22 is
read.
manifest.
It is following direct orders. Like someone is talking to this Ultralisk, telling it exactly what to do. They're piloting this Ultralisk, basically.
What are they saying?
You don't know, because you're not reading into that hive mind right now. All you know is this Ultralisk isn't thinking on its own right now.
Okay.
It's being controlled.
I just sort of looked
Dirk
up
leans over.
It's a
sir,
puppet lisk.
I ain't shooting right now, but you just tell me when to start, aight?
It would be a waste
I
of
will
ammo
give you the
anyways.
orders, should that be necessary. Remain
Uh,
prepared.
As
Yes,
you look around, now that it's kind of illuminated this room, this room is full of Zerg of various different sizes. There's only the one Ultralisk in the room, but there are Zerglings and Hydralisks and roaches and various different Zerg just basically lining the walls of this room. Those of you with knowledge of Xenos, roll me science.
Is there anything I can roll to know what's going on?
You
19.
can survival.
26.
Or do I just know?
It'd be survival for you.
All right.
I'm assuming I don't know enough. So,
Actually, you might have tactics.
21.
Okay. Tactics? All right.
2 1.
Cornick.
After my natural 20, I roll a natural 1.
Fair.
Corlash, this setup is kind of identical to, like, just looking around you, this area is kind of identical to one of the spawning pools for Primal Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who have science, this seems to be, you think that you're kind of in the middle of a hatchery, which is where new Zerg are kind of gestated and created.
I do a wide pan with my flashlight. And
Does the Ultralisk seem like it's waiting, guarding, or what?
It seems to be standing for a moment. After a brief moment of you're fairly certain intimidation, basically.
Yeah.
I
look over at Dirk. I think it accomplished its job.
A figure walks up along the head ridge that the Ultralisk wears, the like massive armored surface of like on its head. A figure appears standing on that head ridge, and it sort of looks down at the group of you. Its sort of spider-like carapace, as it walks across this ridge, it's a strange one. You've seen something like it before. You've seen Zagara when she projected herself to you, but seeing a queen in person is always a little bit unsettling. Let me see if I can get you an image while I'm talking. They're almost if you had to imagine a Zerg centaur, it's kind of what you would envision, because they have a semi-humanoid upper torso with a series of stabbing talons and grasping claws, but their lower body is sort of a spider-like, multi-legged, webbed, almost like spider body, as it has a series of eggs in the rear sac that it carries, and it just looks down at the group of you. I see you have found your way to my domain. Zagara has given the order that you are not to be killed on sight. But I would know why you are here.
Queen.
We search the one known as Richter.
You seek the loner, the small commander.
This is true. Where is he located?
Well, I suppose I could have my forces locate him, if you would be willing to act on my behalf.
What services do you require?
Well, the Swarm is an ever-shifting hierarchy of queens and ruling Zerg, moving constantly as we kill and evolve. But there is room for outside interference. Let us say that there is a queen I would see weakened, that my forces would take her place.
Then let us not speak of vague concepts, but practical and hard truths then. Zerg Queen, what is your name?
I am Kavash.
Very well then, Kavash. Do you require this other queen to be slain outright, or simply have her forces thinned?
You are not strong enough to slay Varric, but you could weaken her brood.
Does this sound correct to me? Or does it sound like, oh, I can send these guys off to do a thing and get them killed?
You don't know how Swarm Zerg work, but that sounds like Primal Zerg logic.
Okay.
Queen wants us to destabilize pack of other queen.
Oh, okay. That answers the
Yeah,
question that I
that's what
almost
she
had.
said.
Because I was mighty confused.
Does this sound like some...
And before I forget, let me actually take down those names that I just came up with.
It's like a
You are a
politics roll or
smarter
something
man than
for
I
if
am.
this would have
I-
bad implications,
That
sort
was-
of like Terran politics or whatever.
I was actually thinking, is there any sort of a role I could make as to whether or not this would be a good idea, considering the information we were provided from Zagara?
I want to know if there are rules against this.
That would be lore for all of that, basically,
Okay.
is determining what the politics would be and whether or not there would be any repercussions.
Oh, good. Lore is something that I do have.
That's a 32. With my
Okay, so
natural
Zavash.
20.
I believe I updated my lore. Let me check.
I mean, I honestly think that Dirk has. This is
This
so
would be
far above his
Zeno,
head. I
correct?
don't even think a
Yeah,
lore
this is Zeno.
roll would be good.
25.
23.
32. The Zerg knows about Zerg stuff. Yay.
Go figure.
One would hope.
Not as well as I do, though.
I got a
32.
37.
From
Better
what
than
you
you do.
know, Corlash, from what you know of the Swarm, based on the Primal Zerg's interaction with it, Swarm politics are very internal, but they're always moving, and you have a good feeling that if you didn't do this job for her, she would just end up having to waste her own resources to do it herself. So as far as you can tell, this is just her seeing an expendable resource that she doesn't have to use her own for. As for the rest of you, those of you who rolled your lore checks, this probably wouldn't be too much of a problem based on what you know of the Zerg. This sort of thing happens a lot where competing Zerg will battle for supremacy, and as far as the Swarm is concerned, it weeds out the weak. Like, if you can't win, you don't deserve to exist. We'll make better ones.
So basically, we're moving from Taskforce Echo to Taskforce Evolutionary Pressure.
Perhaps this could be done, but it seems as though this queen is simply trying to utilize us beyond our purpose.
Huh?
Instead of retrieving Richter, could you not simply point us in his direction instead?
The small commander carries a light brood with him always, and is always moving. To find him requires time and resources. If you would have me expend mine on your behalf, I would have you expend yours on mine.
Would it be less resource intensive to send him a message?
To find him and send him a message is what I would be doing.
The finding is the resource expenditure. Garnix. While this
All
does
right.
not seem a fair trade, it is, however, a trade.
You said it was an influence roll to be basically try and insight an individual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just told you what Corlash thinks.
Right.
However much you appreciate that is up to you.
Cornix is going to just kind of look at Kvash and try and see if he thinks he can get more helpful information out of her. Like, where we need to go, what we need to do. If
Just
Kvash
wander
will
around
provide-
until you annoy the correct queen.
Right. Well, I want to avoid us doing that. I want to see if I can possibly get her to start talking targets and objectives.
Well, you haven't even accepted her bargain yet, so.
Right. But right, and before he wants to kind of get that read of, do I think this entity is going to be willing to dialogue further, or is it going to be very good? You said yes, now go on your way. I don't want to talk to you anymore, kind of thing. That's a 14, not my best.
I mean, you don't know. It's hard to read a Zerg, especially because queens don't have a whole lot in terms of facial expression.
Right.
They don't have a whole lot in terms of face.
Mostly
They,
just
like, they have
mandibles.
clacking mandibles. That's about all you can read on them.
Right.
But logically, if she wanted to get this job done, she'd have to give you a little bit more information after you accepted.
Okay. In that case, he'll actually drop his cloaking, and just sort of lean on his spear a little bit.
Always
Very
gets
well,
me.
Queen. Provide us with the targets that need to be destroyed and the location, and any information you have on this Varric's forces and defenses, and we will accept your bargain.
Varix is one of many queens in this region, but I will tell you how to find what you seek. All queens have a mark of their brood, something biologically distinct that the Zerg they create carry. You Terrans would equate it to a symbol of dynasty.
Like a mole or something like that?
She just kind of looks at you and like she's not certain.
Not certain whether he's joking or not.
I'll just sort of lean over to Dirk.
Not quite, no.
Alright.
For instance,
She just kind of like taps the Ultralisk. She's still standing on the head of, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
my brood are marked with these bioluminescent markers. Should you see them, they will guide you. As she points around, you can spot, while they're not all active and glowing, most of the Zerg in this room have these sort of like small purplish dots along their bodies that you imagine are these bioluminescent markers that she's talking about.
Okay.
They're not all emitting light, but they all have it.
Okay.
The mark of Varix's brood is a streak of flame coloration across the spine. It marks those who have grown near to the volcano in which she dwells.
Is this queen's brood fireborn?
They have adapted to the volcano, yes.
I look over at Rachel.
I fear our fire may not be quite as effective.
I will actually, because I had a conversation with Leovon about this, the Fireborn trait is looking into, and it's probably going to be modified. The test that he wants me to run with is, instead of being immune to the damage of the weapon, you're just not affected by the flames and the energy weapon trait.
Cool.
So you still take the damage from the weapon, you just don't get the extra traits that fire does.
Cool. Are you still immune to, like, lava and stuff?
Environmental hazards, barring, like, things that will actively deal damage, like submersing yourself in lava. Like, you won't take radiant heat damage, but if you step into lava, it'll still burn you.
So I was thinking, like, the not as matters, the giant lava worm from StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
No swimming in lava. Not
That's
that
something
you
a
can
bit more
do so
specialized
anyways,
than
'cause
just the
it's not
Fireborn
fun.
evolution.
Got it.
Very
as
well.
long as they're
then.
not immune to bullets.
And what would Queen Kavash consider adequate weakening for Varix's brood in exchange for a message sent to the one we know as Richter?
Varix has acquired a new strain. A creature she calls mitolings. Small, but powerful and capable of shifting terrain. I would see these creatures squashed. They are weak, not worth being added to the swarm.
They sound like source of unique essence.
Very well. We will destroy these mitolings on your behalf.
They are inefficient. They should not be, and her constant doting on them is a grating annoyance.
Can I make a check of what a queen might consider to be small?
That is a valid
Science,
point.
Queen is roughly my size or slightly larger?
I just want to like try and figure out if she
A
means
brood queen
small
is
like
huge.
Oh, are they
bug-sized
huge?
or
Okay, so yeah,
small
that-
like human-sized or whatever.
Check like a lore roll for that.
That'd probably be Loria.
Okay.
I mean, I have an idea of how big they are just by the fact that they're called something lings, but
Yeah, well, I'm not StarCraft.
no, that's fair.
That's a natural 2, which gives me a 5.
I get advantage, so
Um,
that's also
10
a natural
and
2,
10.
which is a 10.
well then.
For the record, for those at home, between 2 people, that was 3 natural 2s in a row.
3 natural 2s?
Yep. Yes, 3 natural 2s.
Anyway.
2s.
All right, so
What?
based on your knowledge, it's hard to say. You know that Zerglings are often considered small by higher end Zerg, but they're like the size of a large dog, so like Zerglings
So
are about the size of a
Sith
Mastiff.
is smaller than the Ultralisk, but other than that,
Somewhere beneath
Probably
Dark
no bigger than Korlash.
Like Zerglings are about the size of a Mastiff, and they're sometimes called small, like front troops.
right.
Queen Kavash, these Mitrilings are the offshoots of the Zergling.
They are a new creation, based upon the Zergling designed for shifting terrain to the advantage of the queen.
Then we are not looking for large creatures, but many small ones.
Where do they frequent?
In
They will likely be found near the outskirts of her terrain, moving it to a more favorable configuration. It is an inefficient use of Zergling biomass.
Then direct us in the correct direction, and we will rid you of them.
She looks across the group of you.
Are you able to navigate the tunnels of the Nidus network?
Am I able to navigate the tunnels of the Nidus network?
I'm gonna make a science roll to see if I know.
Can I also make that roll?
Have I
Sure.
gotten a feel for it? I guess I don't know what roll I'll make for that, but
I have a navigation.
29.
I have a navigation unit that shows me all the terrain within 1 mile. Actually, it's tier 2, so it's gone up. So
That'd
let
be
me
3
see.
miles then, right?
Yeah, probably. I have to find the rule book. And then-
what roll would I make?
That'd be survival.
Okay.
Oh, I think we got a Sarah incoming.
Oh,
9! Got those low rolls.
Here they come. Ava, you think the only thing that you have that could really map out the terrain is probably Oswald's device? You certainly won't really be able to navigate much further than the range of it.
Mhm.
So if it's any further than the range of his device, you're going to have some issues.
I need to.
Especially when you consider that these caverns are half naturally formed, half burrowed by nidus worms, so it's...
So we probably can map the immediate area and not much else.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the rule book. I'm just looking for it now.
But
So as everybody's pausing to consider this, Dirk raises his hand. Ma'am, talking to the
talking to the queen,
yes.
she looks down at you.
Yes,
I just wanted to clarify something. When I was talking about moles, I was talking about. I know this isn't what it is, but I was talking about the things that go on people's faces, not the animals. Because as a doctor keeps saying, we need to be sensitive, and I was not trying to imply that you're an animal. So I just need to make that clear.
She just
Ava
kind of
just
stares
looks
at
utterly
you for like.
confused.
She doesn't just say anything. She just stares at you for a few seconds.
And he smiles, looking a little satisfied with himself for being a little more culturally sensitive.
I look up. I look over at Dirk, up at her, and just shrug.
Yay, Sarah is here.
Yay!
Sarah's
So, yeah,
nose and up is here.
Cornix will look over at Oswald.
There we go.
Yeah, it.
Oswald Ridley. You have the equipment for navigation over unfamiliar terrain.
We
What
got
say
to
you?
range it. We got a range at 10 miles, so as long as it's anywhere within 10 miles of us, we're good.
It is further.
Well, shit.
Then we will need a guide to the surface.
Yes, I will see you to the surface, but from there it should be no difficult task. A large volcanic cone stands to the horizon. You will find her brood within.
My navigation unit will actually help us locate those specific miterlings or whatever they're called as well. So
Excellent.
we'll be able to find every one of them within 10 miles once we're in range.
Then let us proceed with the hunt.
Very well. I shall see you to the surface and send my forces to find your tiny commander while gone.
As she raises a hand, there's a rumbling noise that kind of shakes the cavern. And a few moments later, another one of those massive worms tears into the room and soars right over your heads and then immediately angles upward and begins to burrow directly up.
Like vertically?
Like vertically up.
Is there like a thing to grab on?
Not that you can see, unless you want to grab onto the worm itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
And then you'll be just...
I was gonna say, have you ever grabbed onto a bullet
Dirk?
train?
Dirk is not grabbing hold of the worm.
I mean, normally you enter Nidus worms through the mouth or the other end. So I'm not sure where the opening here is.
Or you could just wait for it to dig, because otherwise you'll be, here's the worm, here's the wall, and then here's you. And you just get scraped through.
It's like trying to ride the bottom side of a glacier.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
All right. So after a few moments, the Nidus worm disappears out of sight, and like the tunnel that it leaves behind is left.
Right? Is there an expectation to just climb straight up?
No, she looks at the group of you, and then down at the Ultralisk, which steps forward and sort of half kneels as best as an Ultralisk can, and sort of lays the Kaiser blades down across the ground.
Be careful not to cleave yourselves in half.
I will climb up the Kaiser blades.
Is Cornet still visible?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Waiting for indication from him.
I just go ahead and climb.
I was gonna say Cornix picks a different blade than Corlash did, but yeah, just steps up onto the flat of the blade and starts stepping his way up the curvature of the implement.
Ava will give a respectful nod and follow.
Yeah, Oswald's really glad he's recording all of this, so he steps up and goes up.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the group,
You're
Sarah.
gonna
You are now
sell
working
this.
for the Zerg.
You don't
Awesome.
know what I'm gonna do with it.
You're gonna sell it, probably.
Yeah,
Make money.
yeah, I'm gonna
That's
sell
what I said.
it.
The ethics of confidentiality apply to non-Terrans.
No,
Dirk,
I
what are you
gather
up to?
information.
There just ain't something right about this as he's following along.
Alright, so we all get on the Ultralisk.
I'm assuming Rachel also boards the Ultralisk.
Yes, she's coming along.
Excellent.
All right. So the group of you. The group of you board the Ultralisk, and once you're safely upon its back, it just kind of steps into the circle of ground beneath where the Nidus Worm dug, and then just with all four of its massive Kaiser blades just reach up and slam into the four sides of the wall, and then it proceeds to pull and just starts climbing using the Kaiser blades, which, judging by the sheer mass of this thing, requires intense muscle strength.
Yeah.
I sort of sit on wherever I can get a comfortable seating arrangement. I'm just gonna find it and sit.
There's a lazy boy just fused to his back.
An infested recliner.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cornix is going to be trying to find a decent location and attempting to just remain standing and maintain balance.
Yeah. Just trying to maintain balance, watch the Kaiser blades. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's very much because this thing has four arms, each of which end in a Kaiser blade. It's very much a case of two active supports while the other two pull, and then it switches out.
As a rock climber, I am insanely jealous of this.
The muscle strength required to do this is insane.
Kaiser
Yeah.
blades are magnificent weapons.
Yeah, if it can do this to keep them open, I'm afraid of what it could do to get them closed.
Dirk
Lots of
can tell you
damage.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dirk
Yes,
can
I
tell you
can.
about how
Sounds
one
like
of those
one of
use
us
their
has
Kaiser blades
personal
to...
experience with that.
Let's say, Dirk can tell you about how one pair of those, not even both of them, can literally take a siege tank and rip it in half.
Yep. I mean, it was a bloody mess. You know, I was lucky. Everybody else got caught in the middle. I managed to, just by the skin of my ass, make it out.
Did you have to go med bay for that?
No,
So
it
they
was,
could replace the ass skin?
it was a motherfucking miracle. Well, let me tell you.
But it's a slow climb because it is an Ultralisk and it's literally climbing using its blades. So it's a slow climb and you got a little bit of time during which Kavash kind of looks back at the group of you and says, "As Varix is a queen of an underground brood, approaching from above will leave an opening. She possesses few in the way of mutalisks or scourges."
I'm sorry, the who, the what now?
You are
Our
aware.
air forces are somewhat diminished.
Right.
You're aware that mutalisks are those sort of bat-winged, like worm-like creatures that guided you
Okay.
in on your way approaching. And you also know that scourges are flying bombs.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Like, scourges are used to attack Terran capital ships. They look like flying heat and, like, bodies, and they explode violently when they reach something.
Of course they do.
So she's basically telling you that the air forces aren't really going to be a problem if you approach from above.
I
Well, in that case, we will return to the Akundalar and attempt an aerial insertion.
Okay, I can
I mean,
uplink from the ship from here. I think.
It's just like you do know we're not dropping out next to the ship, right?
We're gonna have to get back to the ship at some point.
For a moment, Dirk thinks that he's rubbing off on Coral.
It's just like
Yeah, if we can get the ship closer
I mean,
rather than farther away, that'll
the
be.
ship is on the other side of the Nidus canals and hatchery from where we are coming out.
We will see when we arrive at the surface then.
Speaking of, a few moments later, the Ultralisk like hooks one of the pairs of Kaiser blades around what appears to be a lip and hauls itself, all four limbs, onto the ground outside. And you now have once again a view of Char's skyline, which is burning red like the rest of the planet.
I look around. Can we even see General Warfield's compound from here?
Oh yeah, it's a good distance, but you can see it.
A point.
Because it's kind of the biggest building in the area. It's the only building in the vicinity.
Unless someone possesses the capabilities of instantaneously teleporting back to the ship in order to fly it here. It will take much longer to go back for it than to go after the brood.
I mean,
Cornix
I've
is
never
looking.
done that
Cornix
before,
is
but I
looking
never
around
tried.
to see where this cone volcano that Crash mentioned is, and if it's closer or farther away than the Warfield compound.
So, roughly, like, looking at the image that I've got there for Char,
Mhm.
you're roughly over here in the distance. Like,
Okay.
in that mountain ridge.
Okay.
And where is the thing that we need to get to?
In the far distance, roughly over here. You can see it from where you're standing. You can see, like, a
Ugh.
massive volcano that sort of stands out in the distance.
Right. But it's we are
Would
probably
this
much
be like
closer
a
to the landing
tactic
pad
wall?
than to the volcano, right?
Yeah, you're definitely closer to the landing pad than the volcano, but...
Also, we have an adjutant that I'm pretty sure should be able to at least fly the ship.
Put in a call
Close
then,
enough.
if you would, Oswald Ridley.
I don't know how your Terran ships work.
I'll uplink with the ship and have it land at our coordinates or hover at our coordinates with the cargo
Let's say,
bay
like, the
open so we can board.
autopilot can't handle difficult terrain, and that's basically how the adjutant is having it get there, because she doesn't have direct control over the ship's flight functionality. So she can basically enable the autopilot and bring it a little closer.
Okay, yeah, land nearby.
She's just going to have it hover near you,
Yeah,
because this entire terrain is too difficult to land with autopilot.
all right, yeah.
This has a useful function.
Yeah, we're not very big and burly like all you Zerg types, so we use our brains more.
I mean,
The hell was that?
I
I'm
prefer
sorry,
to
that's
think-
a hilarious assertion about the collective.
Well,
approach
some
to
of
the
us
Terran
try to.
military.
Some of us try to.
Some of us is just more snobby about using our brains than others might tend to be, but that's none of my business.
Lean over towards.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I'm gonna turn to Ava and just say, I don't know who that was aimed at.
I lean over at.
Oh, no one here. I'm sorry.
I lean over to Cornix.
I still have trouble understanding the interpersonal communications of Terrans.
A lot of sarcasm, Fang. It's a
That is
lot.
not an uncommon phenomenon.
I ain't so good with
I
sarcasm,
myself.
honestly.
No, I was being
Sometimes at
completely
the loss.
honest. Some
well,
people
we-
broadcast their smarts and some people don't. That's all I'm saying. Nothing
That
wrong
is
with
it.
it either way.
That's entirely true.
I get on the ship.
The ship, like,
I
in
was
the
always
distance,
told
you can
I
see
had
the ship
alternate
lift off the
smarts.
ground, and it takes off towards you. It ends up hovering probably a good 100 feet off the ground, just because of how spiky the area you're standing around is. You probably have to figure out a way to get up to it.
Is there an area that's less spiky within? I'll check the navigation unit. Anywhere within 10 miles, I'd be able to hover within like 10 feet.
Do you imagine a good landing zone within the Spike Himalayas?
No, but I'm assuming there's a ledge somewhere, a decent sized ledge that we could maybe get onto, and
Did
Like,
you hear
not
the
if-
part where he
with
said
the cargo bay
Himalayas?
open.
Not if
that
you
we
call them the Spike Himalayas.
could- Yeah.
What's that area just north of Zengermarsh? Blades Edge Mountains?
Yes,
Something
yeah.
you're basically
Right,
in
yeah.
Blades Edge Mountains, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, as I have
Fuck
no
that
reference
area.
or context for that,
Me
I
neither.
will assume it is fine. Sounds good to me.
So
Um,
where is the hovering hangar door?
100 feet up. Because we're in the Spike Himalayas.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, you know what
How many Zerglings need to stand on top of each other in a trench coat to
Is
get
there a way-
100?
Is there a way to climb up to a good place to get?
20.
Uh,
I was answering Jack.
is
Right.
is there a way to climb up to get to a good vantage point to board the ship from here? Or we just have
Theoretically,
to climb down?
you could climb closer. Because you're currently like amidst the mountain range. You're like on the side
Let me
of one of the higher spikes.
let me rephrase. Could the power armor climb closer?
Probably not.
I look up at the ship.
What if?
I look
Oh,
down.
You know what I have seen some people do? Sometimes when the sporting teams would have an event, there would be a group
Right.
of people who would stand at the side and shake them pom-poms things, and they would throw each other into the air. Some of the fellas would throw the ladies up in the air. Perhaps we could do that with one of us who is sly and small. We could chuck them on up into the cargo hold, and then they could, do a little tumble or something and just, get on it there.
That would be an impressive feat of strength.
Oh, I know, it
I mean,
always
I could
was.
do it.
It always was
Oswald.
when I had a chance to observe it.
I'm gonna look up.
Poor Oswald is like, I'm gonna die.
Oswald Ridley.
yeah, I'm the only one not in power armor.
Hold
Besides
Still. So, I'm using move object.
Oh, I
Oh,
can't grab
God.
him. Damn it! I
No,
wanted to do a fastball special. Damn it!
Right. No,
100
this
feet
just
in the
this
air.
just moves him. Right. And I can move him 25.
Oh.
Wait, what's my? Yeah, I can move him 25 feet around, and I can easily sustain this for 4 rounds.
Well, I never saw nobody cheat and do it with their minds, but I'm sure
So yeah,
in some places that is impressive.
with the
What
22,
the balls is that?
right,
He just
I'm
starts
just
floating into the
I'm
air.
just standing there lifting Oswald Jedi style.
I point.
Well,
I point.
Oswald, are you willing to
Coordinates.
let this happen?
after the initial shock and I'm already off the ground, I'll go, fuck, just warn me next time.
That is what number 7.
Oswald, be
That is
polite
what-
and respectful of other people's cultural
What
norms.
the shit nuts?
That is not a
I'm
that is
being
not a
respectful.
cultural norm.
So the rest of you are having these
As the
fantastic
situation
reactions
warrants.
as Cornix basically, as a Sith Lord would do, just raises the hand as Oswald floats into the air.
Jedi are
There's-
willing to telekinesis people to a point.
Yeah, that is not a cultural norm, Doctor. That is just a
The Imperial March theme starts playing. In the
thing that sometimes people
Yeah.
do.
Corlash is back there with a synthesizer.
Da 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 da.
Oh my god.
See,
I'm-
ain't y'all glad I went to them pointless school sporting events? I didn't even go to sport anyone, but
And after about 30 seconds,
I am
his
greatly
feet hit
amused
the
by the
ramp,
fact
and I
that the
let him go.
Terrans
And then he falls back out.
oh no!
Different kind of sport move, but that one works.
Roll for initiative. No wait.
I mean, apparently
Yeah.
it works.
So once I'm
Roll
in the
for
cargo bay,
goldfish.
So your feet touch the cargo bay ramp, and the psionic force leaves you, and you weren't quite prepared for that yet. So I need you to roll an acrobatics check.
Oh shit.
I'm just
okay.
looking up, waiting for our body to tumble out of the ship.
Does it feel like being let down by the gentlest lover you can imagine?
That's probably not good.
Okay,
12.
you didn't roll below 10,
Oh yeah.
so you lose your footing for a second, but you basically, instead of falling backwards, you throw yourself forward and like fall flat on your face on the cargo ramp, because I figure you'd probably rather do that than fall out.
Yeah.
Do you lose a tooth?
No, because I have a mask.
Oh,
I have a
well,
helmet.
that's
I'm
just
in
cheating.
armor.
Your mask does
That's
get
just
pressed.
cheating.
You do bash your mask into your nose a little bit, not enough to like break your nose, but you're gonna be sore there in a bit. But
Yeah. And then over the comms, again, warn me when it ends too. And then I'll walk to the cockpit, and I can manually get closer,
Have a
close enough
com?
to
I feel
have them board, right?
yeah, roll a pilot check.
I feel like he should be prepared for that, no matter what.
Plus 6.
It seems
Well, yeah.
logical.
Everyone would be prepared for it to end, but not knowing
Because
when
none
it's
of you
going
have
to
it
end.
not in the best way normally.
Like jetpacks are actually a thing you can buy. None of you had one.
Right.
What is
I
this?
Why would I
Consider-
buy a jetpack when I can do this? And she lets out a flame of flame.
Talking to the
A
voice
flame
of
of
the
flame.
sky.
Yeah, it's who Rachel always talks to.
I don't have a jetpack. I can grow wings though.
I'm just
I
like,
love-
you're in a sci-fi setting. Why would you not want a jetpack?
It's
That's
Because-
just,
they're
that's just me
expensive.
personally.
Jetpack was expensive, and I needed the money for med kits.
That's
And
fair.
because sometimes jetpacks are impractical for different situations.
We were
Jetpacks aren't really that expensive now that I look at them.
also we were going into a set
I
of
spent
tunnels.
all of my money on med kits.
Yeah.
It's like I have
Mayhaps
a jetpack.
we
You're in a
should-
tunnel.
I rolled an
Perhaps
18
we should
though.
invest in
All right.
a jetpack at some point.
Also, the jetpacks in this universe explode half the time,
Only the tier 1 ones.
as their description flatly says.
So this is what Ava was talking about with smarts in the Terran military. Stuff like that.
We do have jetpacks. They just blow up.
To be fair, the Terrans use the psychopaths in the Reaper squads.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Give us
these
like-
are people. These are people we can afford to have explode.
Give a
on
psychopath
your-
a jetpack.
Depends on your ethical standpoints. We
No,
can't
I think
people,
all
that's
of us have.
bad.
I think Ava's the
all
last
of us
one
have
left
known
with ethics.
somebody that needs to be exploded.
No, she
I'm gonna
bastardized
be
the
honest,
reconstruction of ethics.
I've
yeah.
known more people that exploded than deserve to be exploded.
Does
That's-
You don't know the right kind of people.
Does the ship settle down to an easier level?
Yeah, it lowers down to a place where you could actually climb up the ridge a little bit, even the powered armor individuals, and make a quick, like, admittedly about like a 10-foot jump, but one that you could make pretty effectively.
Is that going to be an athletics or an acrobatics check?
That would definitely be an athletics check.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, do I need to make the check?
Yes. Actually, no, you have the leap of talent. So
yeah, I just leave.
yeah, you can just make it.
23.
Athletics and acrobatics are the same, and I do it fine.
Ava,
Give me
getting
some-
that. Getting that
Give me
power
a
armor.
give me a second, I will have it.
Yes, Dirk.
Good thing we're lower to the ground.
folks.
Yay, the
Well,
jock!
Natural 2, which is a total of 9.
This is how Dirk dies. Not by Zerg, but by gravity.
I
Ava-
need to make a Valkyrie recovery suit. That's what this whole experience has taught me.
Yeah.
Just slap some jetpacks onto your medic's power armor.
Well, you'd have to make jetpacks that could carry power armor, which would be a specialized piece of equipment.
You can work on that.
The
So,
recall function.
so what happens to
One,
Dirk?
2, mother shit!
Hang on. Rachel probably
Wearing
needs to
power armor.
Rachel probably needs to spend those characteristic points, by the way, to like that you got, so you can get skills and talents.
I also
What-
have endurance and survival.
Yeah,
I mean, Rachel rolled 12, so.
yeah. Rachel makes it. I'm just saying, like, to
Yeah,
remember
I,
that you
I
have
will. I
characteristic
will.
points.
I will spend them. Yes, I will do that.
One of which should probably be the powered armor training talent.
Well, yeah, that would make sense, but you know, not everything she does make sense.
You
I
don't
approve
say.
of this character choice. I hope it doesn't kill you, but I approve of this character choice.
Man, you got 7 total because you banked 1. Remember? All right.
Yes.
So, Dirk. Fortunately, it's not a super drastic fall, because they brought the ship about as low as they could.
Okay.
You see, you have the CMC 400, which has fall protection 4.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Okay, so you actually only take a light fall because of the way fall protection works. You
Okay.
count as if you had only taken a 3 square fall as opposed to a 7 square fall,
Okay.
which means that you take falling.
Pump, 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 pump.
Gravity.
Little airbags go off inside the power armor. Just
You only fall 15 feet as opposed to 100.
You take, and this is reduced by your armor. You take 30 points of damage.
Okay. So 15. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, goes to jump, foot slips at the last moment, and just smack, 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 smack. Fuck, motherfucker, God, shit, fuck, ow, ow, bitch, fuck.
You're like Winnie the Pooh coming out of the tree.
I lean
There is
over.
research indicating that pain tolerance is higher when one is allowed to swear.
I lean over the edge, looking down at where Dirk fell.
Ugh.
I believe you need to jump better next time.
Would it be wrong of me to state that I
do
enjoyed
believe
that
you're
perhaps
right.
a little too much? I
Yes,
may have enjoyed
absolutely.
that. I may have enjoyed that just a little too much. I also maybe
Koronix
get a
is
little
going to
hot.
stand by the door and try and do his thing again.
Oh, shit.
He is not going to succeed.
Yeah.
Do you pick him up and then dump him on the ground again?
No, I just can't manifest it, so he doesn't
Oh.
actually move.
Okay, good.
Honestly,
Try again.
it probably mostly just looks like Koronix leans out and just stares at him for a minute, slightly confused.
Like Koronix
And then
extends
shakes
a
his head.
hand and nothing happens, and you're like, oh, well.
Having trouble with your mind, Juju, number
Slowly
7?
sit up, push myself over so I could actually
I
to
like
my
that.
feet.
I like
Yeah,
that.
the trick in powered armor is to roll yourself onto your front so you can stand up.
exactly.
For
Climb up again and let's try this again.
For William's edification, I like that Corlash's laugh has just evolved into Rex's laugh from Mass Effect. Just
Rachel asks if Koronix is having trouble with his mind juju, and Koronix doesn't even look. He just extends his other hand the other way, And he rolls a 29 to manifest, and he just picks her up and turns her upside down and just holds her there for a bit. And then sets her back on her feet.
There's like a shower of coins that fall out of the armor, like around her. Hey! That's my monies. Put it down.
And he puts it down.
Now pick all them up.
Meanwhile,
And he vanishes.
See, that's the same way them all pissant number 7s are. They just dump your money on the ground and run away like little scared infants. Oh, boo-hoo, I can do mine stuff. Oh, you drop stuff on the floor? Let me just leave it there like a sloppy housewife.
Dirk does make a running leap and like
3.
lands
Climb in.
successfully.
I'm okay. It's okay. I'm fine. Appreciate the
Look,
Everybody
concern.
on yet?
I'm good.
You look a mite sweaty.
I mean, that was quite a fall.
Also,
want-
you're on char.
You want some money to make you feel better? It's all around you on the floor.
I know I'm good. Thank you. I that is whoever's
Ava's still
money
trying
it
to
is. I'm not
figure
gonna-
out how
I don't
she
need
has
no
like
charity.
physical coins.
Oh, well, I am a bit of a collector of strange and shiny objects. It's possible I found them digging in the dirt when I was working for some folks back on that planet where I am from.
I mean, credits are largely digitized, but I assure you someone has made actual coin money at some point just
Yeah,
to
no,
represent
I'm
one
sure,
one
because
one
how-
imperial credit.
For instance,
It's more
that
that
one.
Ava is not computing it because she's from rich highfalutin.
Yeah.
For instance, that one down by your right foot, that will buy you a drink and 20 minutes with a lady of your choice at a bar named Skip's Hop Row. Use it wisely.
I
Speaking
love
of-
you. I
speaking
love
of
you
drinks-
so much
goes
right
up.
now, Sarah.
Speaking of drinks, this is when Koronix reappears in the cargo bay with a beer in each hand.
Yeah.
One out to Sarah, or one out to Rachel, and one out to Dirk.
Why,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
As
number
he's
7.
surreptitiously picking up that specific coin that Rachel mentioned.
What did you put in it, number 7?
It is an
Oh,
open.
he's just opening his thing and
Something
popping
to
and
make
drinking.
us sleep. Something to make us compliant. Do what you want.
It's already completely drunk.
Yeah, it's like
See, I'm not as
there's like
dumb
a
as
bottle
that
opener
one.
on the inside of the power armor. So like Dirk just reaches his physical arm up out of the suit, takes the bottle, brings it inside, pops it open, downs it.
That would be a feature Terrence would install.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's so good.
guaranteed. The really
Yes,
fancy ones have an automated little arm that extends, lights your cigarette, and then retracts again.
Are we still hovering next to the mountain?
about
Sorry, I stopped paying attention for a minute.
Yes. This is
I
all
would've been
happening
on my way as soon as
with an
that-
open cargo gate.
No, I said I closed the cargo bay as soon as everybody was on, and then I would have taken off and headed off towards the volcano.
Oh, sorry. Did I fall asleep and did I miss someone telling me we're going into a volcano? Because that seems
Oswald Ridley,
that's-
please contact Shauna Briggs and let her know of our new destination. See if she
As,
would be
as
willing
you
to
say that, a voice comes in over the comms. Already right next to you, buddy. As you look out from the side of the bridge and see the Wraith fighter decloak next to you.
number 7. Been a while since someone was able to pull that trick on you, wouldn't it?
I'm down in the cargo bay. I can't see any of this.
And I'll say, yeah, she's right next to us already.
Excellent. Please brief her as to the updated situation of our mission.
I will do so.
Because
Well, let me
Cornix
get
has
this
a
straight.
very glorified walkie-talkie that probably can't call other ships.
So let me get this straight. We're going in to kill a unique breed of Zerg so that another queen who hates this breed of Zerg will tell us exactly where our friend is at.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
And deliver a message.
I mean, you gathered it better than I did, but I mean, now that you say it that way, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
I just heard volcano and immediately thought, well, this is gonna be a shit plan.
I mean, I've heard worse deals, but usually they came from
Really?
like high up Dominion officials, so I guess this makes sense.
Well, I mean, we really have no idea where he is, and we don't want to be here for too long, so
I mean, that's fair.
I could go for some target practice.
The Zerg will probably find him a lot faster than we will. So,
I mean, how much worse can it be inside a volcano than it is here? It's already hotter than two rabbits fucking in the wool sock.
That was unnecessarily
as amazing
graphic.
As that analogy was,
That was
I
disgusting.
really wish you still hadn't said anything, because you should know as soon as you ask, "Oh, what could go wrong?" That goes wrong.
Yeah,
Corlash
I don't
looks
know,
at
I mean-
Dirk
I always end up fine.
and tilts his head.
I
do
definitely
not
thought-
understand what this phrase you said means.
Means it's real hot.
What are rabbits?
they're like puppies, but smaller and less aggressive.
And cuter.
Doesn't Fang have a dog that's still on the ship somewhere?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
still a dog
Yes,
on the
he
ship.
does.
Dog, yeah.
I don't
Rabbit,
think-
I don't know the fuck a rabbit is, though.
I don't think Zerg understand what cute is, Dirk, but I appreciate the effort.
Ava will bring up like a textbook page on rabbits that has a picture.
like an image
from
of a
the
rabbit.
internet or whatever.
It's like,
And-
this is the rabbit.
Demonstrate to Fang. It's a
What?
small creature native to some Terran worlds or something. I guess
Does
we
it-
Ava is
imported
just
them.
demonstrating what a rabbit is, though. Ava is not academically demonstrating what the rest of the simile is.
He has an ass.
No,
To be fair.
no, it is
Check
answering
YouTube.
the question about
We are getting just.
I
as-
really hope you can find footage of that on YouTube.
Rule 34, brother. Rule 34.
These do not seem to be
yes,
particularly
you can,
large
but that's not what
creatures.
Ava's doing.
You know
Yes.
where you know that like most of the hypernet is run by either the Emojins or the Dominion. It's called Megsk Tube.
Not a lot of essence in those fangs, so if you ate them, they would not be very of your choice. It would be less essency, more not
Why?
essency.
Why are they
Nor
considered?
is probably a lot of that essence thingy in wool socks either. So
Why
No,
are
s-
they, why are they considered a particularly warm breed of species?
Well, they have fur and it is warm.
I'm confused. I'm gonna go get me another beer. And I'm going to the
I'm confused. What'll
Actually,
help?
Ava's
More
gonna-
alcohol.
yeah.
Terrans reproduce differently.
No, shut that down, Doctor. Shut it down right
I
now.
am so here for this.
And then the most intellectual, clinical, medical, and probably really confusing explanation of why Terrans associate mating and heat.
This is
That-
my
that
greatest
poor thing-
accomplishment.
That poor thing
of
just
all
became
time.
sentient. Don't tell it all that. Jesus.
I need you to roll me science, and I need Corlash to roll me. Hang on.
I don't think
I've
I'm
been
gonna
calling
get it
for like
regardless of what
sorry.
I roll.
Um,
I'm just gonna fail that
21.
roll. Whatever that roll is, I voluntarily fail it.
That's good, Corlash. Preserve your
Roll me
innocence. You just
mental
became
training. It's a
sentient.
straight
Don't worry
D20
about
for
it.
you.
Yeah, it's just a straight D20. 15.
I
You
mean,
understand more than you wanted to.
it is clinical to the point of being confusing.
Yeah, like
Corlash just going.
It
What?
is.
it doesn't make sense to you. One, because Zerg don't like breed in any regard like that. They just kind of sort of reproduce by
We spawn.
genetic,
Yeah.
basically by genetic spawn.
Asexual spawn mechanics, yeah.
This entire concept seems incredibly inefficient.
Oh, it is. And it's also disgusting unless you're really into it.
I mean that pretty much
I
describes.
will recall the kind of coin you mentioned you had on your person.
I Why do you think I have it? I ain't never used it. I got it from a gentleman who thought it might intrigue me, but it did not.
Meanwhile, in the mess hall.
I really need
Also
to
in the
monitor the
cockpit.
alcohol supply on this ship more carefully.
I ain't even drank that beer number 7 gave me because I'm sure there's something in it. So I ain't had none.
It's a closed can.
Yeah,
So?
that don't mean nothing.
That's fair.
And
This is a sci-fi world.
and
It's
you
closed
say
tandem.
you say in order to do this, you must remove your carapace.
Clothing, yes, that is true. Yes.
Down like scratch at my carapace.
Oh God.
I do not.
No,
think it is
you
a
would leave that
possibility.
on. You would leave that on, as that is part of your body. Clothing is just like something we wear over our carapace.
Oh, I reach down and like
The infested Terran, he might be able to
I reach down
translate this.
I
better
reach
for
down like tug at the loincloth they've put on me.
Yes, like that. Do not take that off. But yes, that is what we are referring to. Clothing.
I like tug at it and it just comes off because I have no I
Oh.
have no anything. It's just carapace all the way down. So it's like
Oh, see,
confused.
I did not know that you don't even have the parts required for the dance with no pants.
It is a dance.
Again, with the right person, yes.
This
Med
is
bay.
the
I'm
worst.
headed to the med bay.
I don't think it was a question, it
worst
is a
of
dance,
these
it was a what is a
conversations
dance.
Ever.
Oh, what is a dance? Well, a dance is a movement in
reached
time
volcano
to
yet?
music.
There is not music.
Yeah, I was
involved.
once like, I would like to throw myself into the volcano.
No, I'm glad I'm in the cockpit and
This-
I'm just.
This
by
seems like a
myself.
very complex method of reproduction.
Yeah, and yet stupid teenagers managed to figure out how to do it, so you'd think they'd take a little more time or something.
There are clothing, music, dances, heat
It's really-
exchange.
It's really a personal preference as to what one brings to such an encounter. Some people like music. Some people like food.
There is food involved as well.
Sometimes.
Is-
I knew a
is-
guy that could do the most amazing thing with a bottle of honey and a feather.
I know this is my fault.
This is very inefficient.
But
You should
none of you
simply
are
have
blameless.
Oh,
a
alright. So,
spawning
see,
pool into
I
which
understand
larvae
why
are placed.
I understand why you might be confused. What is something that Zergs find pleasurable?
Consuming our enemies for essence.
Okay, good. See, you like to
Oh,
consume
God.
enemies for essence. Humans like to have sex.
I do not think these two are the same.
They are
I
not.
mean, there is
They
sometimes
really are not.
consumption.
Oh my fucking god.
You're not even there, Dirk.
Okay.
No,
now
I am not. I'm
full
sorry.
Nosedive. Full nosedive right in the nearest bit of magma.
Putting it into the surface, aren't we?
Yep.
Alright, so
Somebody's dumbass left the comms open. We're all dying. This is my choice.
This is my choice. Wham!
I feel like the adjutant has backups for that.
The adjutant's on board.
alright, so
This is
the
officially
ship
a win for
makes
me.
the way to the volcano.
Yes.
That
Yes,
is a
it
great
does.
analogy for what occurs.
Mother
Wait. Now there is a ship and a volcano involved.
It
How
works
intricate
on
is
multiple
this?
levels.
This,
Lab, this is how.
Start talking about trains going through tunnels and
How
all sorts of shit.
intricate is this process? that
Oh,
a
it's
ship
downright.
and a
It's
volcano
downright
is involved?
complicated as hell.
Back to William.
I'll
Let's
tell.
go
I'll
fly
tell you
inside
some.
of the
I'll
ship.
tell you some
At-
stories. I'll tell you
at
some stories
least.
sometime, Fang. That'll just. I mean, Corlash. That'll just make you want to go consume essence.
I am very confused.
Yes, me too. Sometimes. Isn't it nice to share that feeling with others?
Is this the same thing you were speaking of, the sandwich which has no sand?
No, those two things are not related whatsoever.
But you said food was involved.
Sometimes. Food is involved sometimes if both people enjoy that kind of thing. But
All right,
people have
so,
to agree.
I feel like the ship makes a sharp jerk in the middle of the trip to the volcano.
As we all nosedive into the ground, end of campaign.
Well, that
Oh,
was
thank
fun.
God. It's finally over.
Next week we'll be playing Grand.
Next week, my character is a sex ed instructor.
With one student.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are getting closer to the volcano, Shauna comes over the comms. So I'm going to keep an eye open for where these Mytalisks are. You should probably find a good landing zone because I imagine they're a bit small to hit with ship weaponry. Unless you want to try at that point. I mean,
These are pretty new guns, and I am itching to pull the trigger, but... my navigation unit gives me a bonus to track them. We'll find and then track, so I can try to find them with it. Is there any within 10 miles?
roll. What's the check on that?
It'd be...
Survival, probably?
Yeah,
Probably.
survival
Probably.
to
Let me,
track a
see if I can,
target.
let me see if I can find the
It's
navigation.
page 124.
Yeah,
of the
plus 4 to
PDF.
survival test to track the target. So yeah, survival.
Okay, so let's see. So 1d20 plus 13. 19.
All right, yeah. There's a handful of these creatures within the radius. They seem to be moving pretty much as a group. There's a group of about 6 of them that are moving, and the topographical map is shifting as they're doing it. Like, they seem to be moving rock around, trying to create what looks like a battlement.
How far below the surface are they?
They're they're burrowed maybe like 10, 20 feet beneath the ground. It's not far.
But too far for a ship weapon to pierce?
No!
Okay.
No.
Then I
think
will
you
go
can
to the nearest one that looks like it's alone. And I need to find... Because I haven't even put in my character sheet ship weaponry. So...
Wait, while you're looking that up, I'm going to find out what the rules are for firing a ship gun, a vehicle weapon.
Because, yeah, I have the bombardment talent.
I'm going to go ice down my throat while you do that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what Dirk's been doing ever since this conversation got started.
Yup.
I'm sorry, everything sounds dirty now.
Well, I was going to make a joke about a ship depositing people.
You just
And glad we're not on like a sea ship, because then it'd just be a ship depositing semen. So
he just
There it
dropped
is.
a verbal chaos grenade in the middle of everything and then walked off to get a drink without meaning to do it.
He just said something that was slang. And
Yep.
Ava took it upon herself to make sure that slang was inclusive.
That is what Ava gets for being a goody two shoes.
That's what Dirk gets for being a verbal shit poster.
The funny thing is that was not intentional at all. That was just a random aside.
This one's on
No,
me
it never is.
almost entirely.
Almost entirely.
You guys kept going after I left.
Yeah, like rabbits in a sock. Yep.
My fucking god.
Final joke film. It's quality entertainment for all ages.
This is the greatest
Dicks and
thing
butts and
ever.
dicks and butts. What did I miss?
Mostly just that.
I mean,
All right. So,
we here at
using
Final Show Films approve of dicks and butts and other things as well. Whatever you're into, we approve.
Whatever you're into, 411 Mania.
For more money, it does not endorse everything.
what's the weapon that you've got on the Akundalar right now?
Burst turrets. I believe.
Burst cannon.
Burst cannon.
All right. What's your pilot rating?
6.
A plus.
All right.
It's maxed out.
Let me see.
1,000.
I have 6 stars on Uber.
I have the smoothest ride.
He offered mints and offered to light my cigarette. A plus.
Yep, still sounds dirty.
Yep, I know. I just need to stop talking.
All right. I'll say that's enough to properly use the vehicle. So
But I thought talking was part of this whole situation.
because it's not
Oh, it
quite
is.
as complex to fly as a Banshee is. So we will say yes. You can apply your combat skills to the ship's statistics. So you're gonna roll a ranged weapon attack using the burst cannon, which has an accuracy of +1.
Okay, so how do I put that in? So it's
Your range skill plus the weapon's accuracy, which is +1.
so that's +7. And then with bombardment, I'll take a standard action prepping the gun, and then on the next round, whatever that the weapon gains hailfire 2,
Okay,
and they gain the accuracy benefit of aiming. So what is that?
that's +2.
So goes up to +9. So blam. 20.
That hits. Burst cannon has a damage of 28 with energy damage, penetration 10, and the Mitolings definitely have light carapace armor, so that counts as energy damage. So
And Hailfire 2.
Yeah, and hailfire 2.
energy damage makes it Hailfire 3.
Yay!
Yay.
Penetration
So-
10.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
This just goes a poof, scorch mark. Poof, scorch
yeah,
mark.
basically the Akundalar like hovers for a second and focuses in on the location of this one Mitoling, and there's just this as like a red laser beam fires from the front turret of the Akundalar, and where it impacts with the Mitoling, there is just like a blackened scorch mark on the ground.
That's the kind of thing that gets a woman all head up and excited.
As you look out of the cockpit window, Oswald, you also see the Wraith. You see it cloak and take off, and then a few seconds later, you see more of those laser blasts just out of nowhere in the sky, which you can assume is where the Wraith is firing.
Yeah. That was satisfying. I'm gonna look for another one. Guys, I think I found a really easy way to take care of these. I mean, you guys could just sit back and I'll have myself a day.
Some of them are pretty deep, but
Yeah.
theoretically, you could actually just like take if you wanted to take a bunch of time. I didn't consider you going back for the ship, but if you wanted to take a long time, you could theoretically just pop a bunch of the Mitolings from the ship.
Seems
Well,
decent.
I'll leave it
I
up
know
to the
that
captain. Some
tone
of
of
them,
voice. That is the crumple up, throw away 4 pages.
Yep.
I'll
Yes,
leave
it
it up to
is.
the captain. I'll leave it up to the
I-
captain.
I like
So,
to.
I have a way, but some of them might be too deep for the laser to reach.
In that case, kill as many as you can from this height, and then should there be any that remain beyond the reach of the Akundalar, we shall land and engage them hand to hand.
I mean, I'm still gonna use a gun if we have to land, but yeah.
Very well.
Do they even
So
have
I'll get whatever I
hands?
can on the surface.
I mean, at this point, you're too far away to even really get a good look at them. You're just firing at like blocks on the ground that you can spot with the navigation unit.
Okay.
So yeah, you take probably 20, 30 minutes, but logically speaking, they're moving all over the area, so you end up taking out. Honestly, you take out a good 3 dozen, and you're not seeing any more of them on your radar that are moving like that formation. So
Okay. We'll get a little bit closer to the volcano and see if there's any more.
yeah, I'm crumpling up 4 pages of like internal combat sheet, but logically this works.
Yeah,
so.
no.
Yeah, no, that's
I mean,
All right.
when you give us a ship, we use it.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll do something really
I figured
stupid
some
with
of them
the
would
ship
notice
pretty
that the other ones were just like they're digging in the ground, and then all of a sudden, Frank, where'd you go?
Frank, Bobby, what happened to Bobby?
The queen would probably notice. So,
Larry!
but yeah,
Mo.
The problem is, I said this before, the Queen doesn't have an aerial force.
Right.
Yeah, true. Do.
Pippa
Bam.
is probably going to come up to the cockpit and just monitor whatever systems there are to make sure no lone piece of an aerial force shows
So
up.
do I have it? So I know. Did she give us an exact number that she wanted us to kill, or just a good amount of them?
She said a good amount.
I believe perhaps we have fulfilled our end of the
Let me-
bargain.
You read a time thing here. How long does this... Spawn time.
Further, Dirk is now 6 beers in.
Okay.
Because we got nothing else to do.
Ava
And
is
working
at some
on his
point
7.
going to lock the cabinet if she happens to come by.
you're in the cockpit.
I mean, that's fine. Pulls out his
Yeah,
repeater.
no,
I
she's
got
not
a-
doing
I
that
got-
right now.
I got a key.
Actually, it's your call if when this activates, but I do have a notification I set up a while back of if one of the crew members is like in poor health.
Yes.
I don't know that drunk is necessarily in poor health.
No, but
Yeah.
vomiting.
Alcohol poisoning is. Now that's really hard with beer.
Yeah, like, if he gets drunk to the point of he's in physical danger, yeah, you'll get an alert.
Yes. For beer on a 6'6", 270-pound man.
Yeah, no.
He's probably gonna take a nap before he gets dangerous.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of beer before he goes. I don't feel good.
Okay.
Actually, it's probably gonna be a hold my beer. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
guess.
Dirk needs a literal hold my beer moment.
All right.
Thank you. You have given me a character goal.
Grappling hook. Watch this, guys. Parachute dive out.
God.
No, first he's
Getting-
gonna tape a knife to a Roomba.
getting bored as we've just been taking care of these things aerially. I'm going to go into the dining room area, and like look at Dirk.
What is this you are consuming?
Ain't you know what beer is? I grab one. Because I have zero judgment capabilities in terms of the Zerg teammate. I throw one to him. You gotta open it first. It's not the can, it's what's inside. That'll do.
It's liquid.
Whoever thought Dirk would have been more dangerous to the team than Stefan?
Glug, 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 glug.
Don't worry, he can absorb a fair amount of poisons without any effects. We tried this already
Yeah.
with Terrazine.
and with enough tranquilizer to knock out an elephant.
All right. So while you're flying and targeting out all of these creatures, there is an alert that comes up on your sensors on the ship, Oswald.
Yep.
Looks like freshly hatched. There's only a handful of them, but there are 6 aerial blips approaching.
Well,
Can we get visual to see if they seem bioluminescent or if they seem like they've got fire magic?
well, I'm assuming if they're coming from the volcano, not the way that we came.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
okay.
definitely coming from the volcano.
Captain, I think I've gotten a good bit of them.
Excellent.
You think this has been long enough? I mean, honestly, I'm getting kind of bored. It's just
What is
point
your
and click
count?
at this point.
What he means is that it seems like the queen has adapted to her Mytalisks being attacked from the air and is sending aerial units after us.
Yeah, I forgot.
I
to
mean,
mention
if
that
you're
part.
bored, I'll take a turn.
Do we have silhouette on these aerial units? What species are they? What strain?
I'm assuming the nav unit can give us that.
Well, you can give us
Um,
a distance out.
You distance out a key. You don't have. You have to get visual on them, which they're approaching, but
I'll have
Al-
the.
Alert Shauna Briggs, ensure that she is aware of the incoming aerial forces as well.
Oh, she can
I will
hide,
do
so I'm
that.
sure she's fine.
I will actually do that.
Yeah. I will prep the guns and raise height a little. I'll gain altitude a little bit, so that we're not so close to the ground while they fly up to us. But I'll prep the guns as soon as we get a visual on what kind they are.
as they get closer, they're moving pretty quick. You get a visual on them, and they appear to be relatively small. Like, if we're talking like size scale, they're only large. And they are very minute creatures. Like, they have sort of like a pair of wing-like structures, but their body is made up of what appears to be like a pill-shaped kind of cone, and they have very sharp fangs. And there's this loud, echoing, screeching noise that fills the air as they fly.
I'm transmitting any genealogical information to Coronix and trying to do a science check to identify them.
Roll
Same.
I'll ask Shauna if she can maybe
26.
fly up behind them and check their spine.
I'm not getting close to those, thank you very much.
I didn't say close, but within visual.
25.
Those look like scourges.
Oh,
I believe the job has been done. We should leave the
Let's
premises.
leave.
fuck logs,
Okay.
go.
Okay, I will turn around and punch it.
All right,
Um,
let me see. I haven't built a sheet for the ship, so I need to figure out a speed. Acceleration.
Yeah, I'll just
yeah.
say, everybody buckle up.
You are indeed faster than they are if you just punch it.
Yeah.
So, you turn the ship around and bolt, and the scourges begin to gain distance from you as they continue to fly after you, but you continue to make distance. So,
All right. Head back to shit. Should I drop you guys off? Should we drop? drop off back at where
Oh,
we were
sorry.
left? Or
They're actually gaining on you.
then I'll face the cannon backwards and have the adjutant fly towards. Actually, no. I'll just start doing evasive maneuvers. While I don't know what Scourge do. Like I didn't
They
play
fly
StarCraft.
in-
We just
they
talked about this
kamikaze you.
recently. They blow
Oh, they
things up.
kamikaze.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah. It's
I
a,
will be
it's,
taking shots while we
You
fly.
fly ahead.
biological
I
guided
will.
missile.
I will go ahead and start. Go up to man weapon systems. You focus on flying.
Okay.
All right. So. All right. Well, first off, we're going to establish some things about the Akundalar's stats. If someone, probably the pilot, should probably take this down because you're going to be the
Yeah.
one that's referencing it the most.
I will need to make a. Okay, I'll put it in my notes.
All right. We're going to say that you've got roughly the equivalent hit point value to a dropship, which is going to be 408.
Okay.
The pilot requirement is 6.
Yep.
Its strength and fortitude score is 17.
Second.
Its damage threshold is 48. Its toughness is 42.
Oh, hang on. Its damage threshold is 48.
Yeah, and its toughness is 42. Its structure rating is 8.
1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm still on toughness. Toughness is 42. What was the last one?
The structure rating is 8.
Okay.
Damage resistance is going to be 30.
Okay.
Acceleration rating is going to be... Let me find a good one. It's going to be 80.
Okay.
And max speed is going to be 800.
Okay.
Crew required is 1 pilot, and its defense is 5 plus defensive training plus agility.
So. And crew. 1. And then defense is.
5 plus defensive training plus agility. This is relevant because it's probably not going to be the last time we end up in a ship fight.
Okay, so. For no, that means the ship's defense is 9, 12.
All right. Okay, then let's get down to it. I'm going to need you to roll a piloting check.
Yep, I'm just checking to make sure what my other. Yeah, I haven't picked up any other than bombardment. I haven't picked up. There's not a whole lot of piloting.
You're trying to do evasive maneuvers, right?
Yeah.
Rolling pilot.
Okay. 15.
You made a DC 15, which means that you get +2 defense and toughness to any round where the vehicle is moved for right now.
All right. So 14. 14 agility and 44 toughness.
All right, and Dirk, you said you were going to try and man the guns, right?
Yep.
I would like you to
And-
make a ranged attack
Uh-huh.
with
Court-
the burst cannons, which is going to be a +1 accuracy.
+1 to just my ranged.
Yes.
Okay.
Koronix is going to be standing by. Any of them that get within medium range, he's gonna attack them psychically.
All right. Well, several of them are doing that now, so.
Okay.
So that would be a 12.
What's their defense? Unfortunately, rolling a 7 does not make it good enough.
No, I imagine not.
Plus, I'm moving around, so that does make it easy.
So you hear, "Hold goddamn still!"
As the laser's like shoots past one of them. All right. Koronix, what are you doing?
He's going to be using telekinetic push. So he's going to have to manifest versus their toughness.
All right.
Does an 18 beat their toughness?
No, it does not,
One of them.
unfortunately.
Okay. Right. Nothing there then. No joy.
No joy in the world. All right. One of them is getting close, so it gets close and will activate its plasma metamorphosis. Melee attack. Use the end of a charge. All right. So the defense of the Akundalar is currently 14.
Yes.
All right, so I need to roll. It's a 10. So one of the scourges flies up near the ship and begins to explode, and it detonates, but the ship has managed to move forward enough that it doesn't get caught in the blast.
Do a barrel roll.
Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
So I'm assuming you're trying to keep moving.
Yeah.
All right, you
I'll
got
be-
another 2 rounds of this before you manage to build up enough speed to actually get away from the scourges. So you got one more round. You want to make another evasive maneuvers?
Yeah.
Roll another pilot check.
Ooh, 14.
Well, you don't manage to make the evasive maneuvers, DC.
Okay.
All right. Dirk, make another shot.
Pew, 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 pew.
So the defense is now
hey,
12.
there's a 20.
Yeah, defense is back to 12 now. That actually is gonna hit.
Okay.
You just hit, so see, damage on the burst cannon is energy damage, and it's 28. So they've got light armor, 23 times. What the hell? Burst cannon, energy damage. Hailfire. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Oswald slowed down, so Dirk hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28. Oh, penetration.
Hopefully
10, they
Dirk's
get
the
no.
only one that hits.
All right. Yeah, this scourge, as the burst cannon hits it, it goes up in smoke, just and it detonates in the air.
There's one.
Takes out some friends. No, I don't.
All right. Another one's getting close. Koronix, you gonna try and use your psychic push?
Yes, but he's going to fail again. 14.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't you have you have a plus 11 to your psychic manifest check?
Yeah,
How do you
I'm just
fail?
rolling shit.
I have
rolled a
plus
7
12 to
and
my
then
pilots.
a 3.
I'm just in the cafeteria area drinking Dirk's beer because I don't have anything to do in this fight.
I mean, you're not drinking the beer that he was holding because he brought that with him.
To drink it while he's firing.
I'm drinking the other beer that's in the area.
Yes.
Because it's a new experience and it doesn't affect me.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Maybe alcohol is exceptionally poisonous to Zerg.
All right, so this attack is going to deal 105 points of damage.
Shit.
Penetration 10.
105?
Yes.
Did we just crash?
No.
No, we've got like 400 and some.
Yeah. So we're down to 303.
I mean, let's be fair. Losing a quarter of your hull points aren't good.
No.
Yeah.
But
Maybe it's just like a spray all over the top and you just gotta put the wipers up.
The ship rocks under
Yeah.
under the force of the explosion as it hits, but you're still flying.
The threshold is 48.
48? All right, so yeah, you're going to take 2 crippling wounds to the ship. Which I honestly don't know how.
Oh, it has damage resist 30. So it only does 70.
Well, remember it got penetration 10, so
So
Does
it does
80 some odd
80.
80 some odd. And what was the damage threshold?
48.
48.
48.
So yeah, you take
1.
1. 12. I don't know how crippling wounds work on ships.
I don't either.
I don't know if they do.
105.
I don't think ships have a crippling wound table.
Checking.
Frick. I'm just
Yes.
going to.
If you look in the constructs, it says to look in the constructs chapter. Let me take
Okay.
a look.
Constructs. Vehicle rules. Oh, there we go. Attacking vehicles and drivers. Yeah.
Right, constructs and crippling wounds. You rolled a 12.
Yeah.
That's
gonna be-
hull. It's an extra
Hull.
5 damage.
Okay. I'll mark that.
I mean, that's not so bad.
18.
Yeah, no, it could have been much worse.
What was it?
Hull extra
damage.
5 damage.
Oh.
It could have been pilot hit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, ship rocks, I spill a beer.
So Ava is standing
Right.
by in case someone gets hit. Oh.
All right. You got one more round of this before you're going to be peeling away from these guys. So make another pilot check.
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is.
Nice.
Damn.
26.
All right, piloting. You hit DC 25, which means that you get +6 defense and toughness this round.
All right. So it goes up to 18. And toughness is 48.
All right. Dirk, open fire. Oh.
Oh.
Folks at home, that's a natural 1.
The
Yeah.
burst
I just want to
laser-
remind you guys, 2 natural 2s from me alone so far. And is that only 2 natural 1s?
Yep.
This game.
We love having Jeremy around.
I make things fun.
You make it interesting.
I kind of want to have us use regular dice with like a dice cam for Grand Terra, just to see how badly Jeremy rolls. Like have
a good game
actual
for that.
It's a
physical
dice
record.
cam, but it's a dice cam only on Jeremy's dice.
Right.
We all
Everybody else rolls digital dice.
Yeah.
Jeremy has to roll hard dice.
Exactly. So we'll do it like that. Jeremy, get a second camera.
All right. Are any of them close enough that I can try a push?
Yeah, you can try a push. The burst laser begins to power up, and then because you have done the equivalent of a jam on the burst laser.
Oh,
23. Does 23 hit their toughness?
Yes, it does.
How much does it surpass it by?
Let me check.
Okay.
Scourge. You actually just hit their toughness. You beat it by 1.
Okay. All right. So it gets pushed 1 square away and takes 25 damage.
So one of the remaining scourges gets shoved further back, so it fails to hit. But there were 6 of them, and you only lost 3. So one of the other ones.
I have weapon comprehension, so weapons can't jam on me.
Yeah, but you're not. You weren't the one that fired it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yup.
So like, there's no way I can do it because it says a minor action check
to fix it, to fix a jam
yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
On your next turn.
Okay.
So one of them gets.
So you just hear from the weapon station, "Motherfuck, goddamn bitch, you!"
Did you break my new guns?
I ain't break shit. They were already broken when I got here.
All right, that's going to be another hit.
Turn this ship
The
around.
the defense was what, 18 now?
Yeah, 18.
That's actually just an exact hit, so it's just going to be 100 points of damage.
So
Reduced by 20, so 80 damage, which is going to be
it does 85 with the penetration. So
13.
It's just over hull damage, I think. 13 is a weapon system. All targets have concealment against against our attacks next round.
The burst laser jams, and then a scourge flies into it.
Bam!
233.
How many of them are left?
There's only 2 left now, but at the same time, the ship is starting to peel away. So
Did we just
Yeah.
lose our weapon?
No,
it's just-
it doesn't destroy the weapon. It's just the weapon got hit, and we're gonna have to reset the weapon system before it's going to. Yeah, it's like a 1-round penalty.
Yeah.
Engineer MacGuffin. One
Yeah,
ship
that's
over.
something.
Hopefully
Mirror.
she'll actually be willing to help our stupid asses.
Yeah.
but
Something me or Shauna's gonna have to fix.
you
It needs to have the polarity reversed on the neutron flow.
Yes.
It needs to have the neutron flow reinstated first.
You successfully peel away from the remaining scourges and manage to build distance.
Okay.
You are officially out of this encounter.
Okay.
All right.
And yeah, I will fly back to where we landed the first time just to get a read on how the ship's looking, which is not good.
To
It's
the
not bad.
area where you landed in the mountains.
No, where we landed the first time.
On the landing pad.
I
Yeah,
would
and then
suggest dropping a few of us at the entrance in the mountains.
Captain.
Do I think it's going to be conceivable for us to get down that same tunnel that we came up?
Not without some kind of climbing gear or that ultralisk again.
Right.
No, but it's right on top of the hatchery.
And I'm guessing we probably don't have any climbing gear, so yeah, I'm say take us back to our original landing zone on the platform across from the Warfield compound.
Okay. I'll go there and land. And try to fix the weapon systems on our way back.
All
when
right.
we get there.
Roll science for a repair check.
All right.
I would like to do that as well.
Natural 20, so 38.
You
Damn.
successfully repair the gun.
Awesome.
11.
You do not successfully repair anything.
Okay.
You will need a repair kit, by the way, to fix the hit point damage on the Akundalar.
Yeah.
This is true.
I think we
Oh.
got one of those, didn't we?
I don't.
Didn't? I
Not
thought
I.
someone got one, sorry.
We haven't been in a fight yet, so I haven't needed to.
Never mind.
Yeah, the ship is all pockmarked now with acid and plasma shit. Look what they did to her, Captain.
Anyone you walk away from?
Well then, are we going to traverse through the compound and tunnels back to the Queen again?
Yes, we are, Korlash.
It will be a long journey. We should begin.
Oswald, do you intend to follow or remain with the ship and continue
I mean,
your review
I
of the
think
system?
I think I've fixed everything that needed to be fixed right away that I can. Anything else? I'll check for holes in the hull, real quick.
Yeah,
The
those would
hull's
be
still
bad.
intact. You haven't been open to space yet.
Okay.
We haven't breached.
Yeah.
I assume
Then-
you were recording, as you usually do.
Yeah, I was recording that.
Very well. In that case, I would request you accompany us. That way you can play back your recording and prove to Queen Kavash that we have indeed held up our end of the bargain.
Oh yeah, she'll get a front row seat.
I'll go along with. I think I hit it off pretty good with her. So
Very well.
You, I would recommend not speaking so much.
All right. So
I will take
Yeah,
that
I'll come with.
recommendation under advisement.
Play the strong, silent type.
And back into the compound.
yep.
Taking anybody who is willing to
Will.
volunteer to come
Was
on.
the
Yeah,
was the
I'm going.
hatchery within
Yeah,
10 miles?
so,
Because that'll give us a
Select
Yeah, it was definitely.
select
Okay.
select the hatchery fast point travel and click fast travel.
Well, I'm assuming,
No, we're
I'm assuming the group of you are going.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yes.
walk this
Yeah.
one out.
Actually, what I'm doing is we're going and I'm looking for any bioluminescent Zerg.
Yeah. Immediately upon entering the facility again, you notice that things are different. You get roughly around the area that the mess hall is at, and you enter that room.
Mhm.
And
This is where the
the jukebox was at. Yeah.
yes. I'm ready to shoot anything that looks like a machine and becomes
Less machiney.
not a machine.
You enter the room, and sort of standing at attention are several different infested marines and a handful of Zerg that are just sort of like sitting, lining the back wall of the room, just standing stock still. You notice that some of the interesting thing about these Zerg is they have like bits of metal and Terran machinery bolted to them. Like they've just kind of been armored Zerg. And the Marines that were here look like they were the same Marines that were attacking you earlier, but they're just kind of standing at attention, looking at you as looking at the group of you. And you hear out of the corner of the room, first, oh wait, hang on, let me get the voice right. First Lieutenant Harmon, I did not expect to see you again. And that is where we will end for the night.
All right, so we have been Final Show Films, We produce a wide variety of content every day of the week. You can check us out on our website at financialfilms.com. You also check us out on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on the Patreon page. We appreciate all of our Patreon supporters, especially our $25 tier supporters, Chris Comfort and Antitonic, without whom we wouldn't be able to do quite as much stuff as we do already. We are currently at our $100 tier on Patreon. If you want to help us get to the next tier, which is $500, which is going to pay for Jack to do audio editing for us out of your pocket instead of mine. So if you like Jack, at the very least, throw some money our way. We appreciate all of that. We also appreciate the folks over at 411mania.com. Now, as to what 411mania.com is, William, why don't you tell us about 411mania.com?
You point at me like I'm the one that memorizes this speech.
Come on, you can do it. Improv, go.
411mania.com is your website for everything nerd related. We've got gaming articles, wrestling articles, movie reviews, information on just about everything that might be related to geek culture. You want to find out more information about, the Wonder Woman screenings, which are going fantastically, I've heard.
We have a review going live tonight.
You wanna know what's going on with the latest developer being stupid to their employees, Konami.
I mean, that's always true.
Yeah, that's not news. That's the state of Konami.
And basically, it's a website where you can find everything and anything and everything related to geek, nerd, gaming culture, and all the things that surround.
Movies, TV, comic books, music, games, wrestling, MMA, and Final Show film stuff.
Of course.
What he said.
And also all of our stuff. And thank you to everyone that's given bits throughout the course of the stream. Thank you, Cat Waterflame and Trickle Gamer, both of whom donated some bits today. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate all the bits. We appreciate all the bits. We are currently a Twitch affiliate, so you can farm ads for bits to throw our way if you'd like. And in the future, they'll be implementing subscriptions for Twitch affiliates. I've been told. I haven't seen any of the back end work on that side yet, but I'm told it's coming. I will keep you guys updated when that gets here. Brain hurts. Anything else? Oh, there will be no Sci Fridays tomorrow. Tomorrow, July the 2nd, is my anniversary with my wife, and we are going to go see a train concert. So, no Sci Fridays, because without me, nothing goes
June
live.
2nd.
Yeah, June 2nd.
Not the group. Just
what did I say?
They're just going
You
to
said
a train
July.
yard.
I mean June 2nd. June, July get mixed up in my head. Anyways, but yeah, without me, none of this goes live. So, anyways.
And he means a band train, not just watching a train circling around a stage.
No, I thought that's what he. I
Cody
think that's what
already
he
made
means.
that
They're
joke.
just going to. Yeah, they're just
Well,
going to a train
I'm
yard.
working.
Anyways.
But if you tune in next Sci Friday, I'll actually be there this time.
Yay.
But I
And-
won't.
Holy crap, Aaron!
Aaron, calm down.
No,
That was
I
beautiful.
am
That was beautiful.
fully with Aaron on that.
We will
Wait,
be back.
What did he?
We will
What did
be
he
back.
say?
We will be back Saturday with
Jack
Jack
is gonna be back.
Masquerade.
It gets back. It'll be fun.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below.
Aaron intensifies.
We will see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.